Hello celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Celeste Simone, and here on my channel I offer spiritual guidance to empower my celestial beings and heart-centered energy healing to help you align with your higher self. So if that is something that you do resonate with, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family of celestial beings. I'm so excited to be tapping into Lightworker energy today. Lightworker energy is so high vibrational, and I have requested the help of some of my higher spirit guides and higher angelic beings to help me with this reading today, because I do want to give you the most high vibrational messages for your work as a light worker. So this reading is going to be all about what type of light worker you are, and to be honest, I feel, and it has been my experience, that light workers can shift throughout their lifetimes from one kind of job per se to another role throughout their lifetime. So you may have started off working in one area as a light worker, but now you are compelled to kind of move into another area. And this can continue throughout your life as you are kind of called to do different work and different types of energy work, healing, or any type of passion that you are drawn to throughout your lifetime. That can change. And also it can change as you grow, as you expand your gifts, and also kind of as you work with different guides, because as you expand and grow, your spirit guides do as well, and they kind of step in to help you during that time of your life. So basically what this reading is going to do is we're going to tap into what type of light worker you are right now, so what you're being called to do at the moment. And then we're also going to go into any messages that you need to hear, that your starseed family wants you to know, that your lightworker family wants you to know right now, so that you can continue to do your work in the most positive way possible. You can continue to do your work here in this lifetime. So I'm super excited to find out what messages come through today. I have 4 piles for you, and if you are as excited as I am to dive into these messages and see what messages we have for my light workers today, then go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much. And let's dive into these piles. Pile number 1 is a ruby kyanite. Pile number 2 is selenite. Pile number 3 is malachite. And the pile number 4 is the Chyrsocolla stone. Now's your opportunity to pause the video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to see which pile or piles most resonate with you. Again, as I mentioned, you may have multiple jobs throughout your lifetime, but also you may be called to do multiple things at different times or at the same time in your life. So you may be called to more than one pile, but either way, once you have found your pile or piles, you can head on down into the description box below where I've posted the timestamps for each one of these readings. Please keep in mind that these are general readings, so keep the messages that do resonate with you and leave the rest. Those are most likely for somebody else who also chose that pile, but I do believe that everything happens for a reason. So be sure to watch the reading all the way through to the end so that you receive the message or messages that drew you to that pile. Okay, with all that said, let's not waste any more time. I will see you over at your reading. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings and light workers who chose pile number 1. I have your pile right here with the kyanite stone on it. So I'm going to set your stone aside so that we can dive on in to your tarot cards first. So we first have the 2 of Swords in reverse. We have the Judgment card. We have the Moon. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse. And then lastly, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so these I'm reading facing you, just so you guys know. But what I do see, because of the 2 of Swords being in reverse, I feel as though you're being called right now to put a pause on making a specific decision. So you might be wanting to move forward in something, or even just feeling like you're at a crossroads in your life, and you're being put on pause right now as a light worker. Not in all aspects, but in a particular decision that is needing to be made. So because of this pause, there's a lot of inner work being done. So there's a very important reason right now why you're not able to mentally move on from certain shadows, okay? That's what I see with these swords coming through in reverse for you guys, is that there is, and we also have the Six of Cups too, and I'm seeing that this is childhood, okay? There's childhood trauma here. And with many light workers, you know, as a light worker, we often have a difficult past and a difficult childhood and childhood trauma that can come up from time and time again. So there's certain aspects of your childhood trauma that is needing to be healed. So I want you to know that the importance of healing this childhood trauma is not, because it's coming up in a reading like this one, it's not just because you're stuck on the past, is because you're healing this childhood trauma for everyone. Because light workers are working at a level of energy that is healing the planet. So your childhood trauma that you're working through is not just helping you, it's not just helping your DNA and your bloodline and your, you know, future generations in your bloodline. It's helping others at a larger scale. I know that seems hard to believe, but the thing is that if your energy is vibrating because of certain experiences. So everything has a vibration, everything has energy, even thoughts have energy to them. So these thought waves or these emotion waves, you know, of energy from the past, as you heal those, you help the world heal those things. And that's why you're being asked to heal these things. And they're coming to you, maybe coming to you at night while you're trying to sleep. Sometimes, you know, with the moon card we have here, we have judgment too. So I'll get into those in just a short second. But I feel as though, you know, you're having breakthroughs in your own inner child, you know, childhood trauma and your past wounds. You're having breakthroughs in that, and you're going to be able to heal and move on from these things. And as you're doing that, you're helping to raise the vibration, the collective vibration of others who have experienced similar traumas in their lives, in their childhood. Okay, so it's almost as, you know, the earth, if you think of the earth as its own being, and we are all part of her, we are part of the earth. And just think of that almost as like a human body, as the whole earth. If the cells start to heal one, you know, individual cell at a time, or parts of their cells within a body, the whole body heals. So think of yourself as just a part of that greater whole. Energetically, you are healing these for a greater purpose. And that's really what's important, because sometimes we can get so caught up in, you know, why aren't we healing? You know, why aren't our individual traumas healing? But because as a light worker, you are here to help raise the vibration of the planet, that's why it can be so much harder, but also so much more rewarding for light workers as they heal their trauma, because they begin to heal the trauma and the energy of everybody around them. So just keep that in mind, because it can get very, you know, daunting and exhausting as you're kind of working through old trauma that comes up again and again, but you're doing a good job. And the important thing here is to know that if you're being put on pause, as I'm seeing with these cards, that it's for a higher understanding to be reached, because we have judgment, which is an awakening. It's rising above and seeing the light, seeing a greater understanding, expanding your awareness. And we have the moon too. And the moon is an energy of hidden things beneath the surface. Things that we haven't fully fleshed out, you know, things that we're still working through. But it's a mystery that's within. And it's also kind of a spiritual journey within, to unveil and to reveal parts of ourselves that are going to bring ultimately a greater understanding, an awakening, an enlightening of your awareness, of your conscious and your higher being as you're here. So know that on a greater level, accomplishments are happening because of these moments of healing and working through past trauma, moving through them. So don't feel as though, I really feel like the message here, especially that's important, is not to feel like you are behind or stuck or that you haven't been doing the work. I think it may feel that way at times, or it may seem that way. And that's really, you know, I want to go back to kind of like, that is what type, if you want to kind of give a light worker a type, that's part of your purpose and the type of light worker and the type of light work that you're doing right now. Is what you are doing is you are healing past childhood traumas. You're doing shadow work for the collective. So that in itself is a great undertaking and a great purpose that you should be really proud of and feel really good about. I know it doesn't feel like you can feel good about that, but about having childhood trauma, I myself have struggled with this and struggled with healing from it, but you are moving forward. And again, you're doing this at an energetic level, at a light working level. So know that this is kind of your purpose right now. And I'm sure there's other things too that you are working on as on top of this, but this is a big transformation that is occurring for you right now. And the cards do want me to point that out. So let's keep going with some more oracle cards next. We have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. The blue flame. And then we have portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. Okay. So this portal energy really is drawing me back to the judgment card actually here, because this is kind of on top of the blue flame, of course, which talks literally about a spontaneous awakening. So you are waking up, you're expanding, you're opening up this portal. And I do sense actually for the collective as a whole that there is this portal opening up, but specifically this is happening more quickly. It's happening quicker for light workers. So we might be experiencing this sooner than the rest of the collective, because that's kind of how we're pioneers in this energy here. But it also says that you decide. So when I see that, it draws me right back to the Two of Swords, which we talked about, a decision and a choice that has kind of been put on hold. So I feel as though doors are going to be opening up to allow you to make this decision, allow you to move forward. But you're waiting on this activation, you're waiting on this integration, and then you're also waiting on the portal. So I feel as though this decision is opening up for you so that you can walk freely and fully and with confidence into this next phase of energy in your life. Okay, let's keep going. We have Five of Swords with conflict. Some more swords coming up. We have the Ten of Swords. And we also have the Lovers. Okay. So I also feel that we talked a little bit about your relationships and your connections and how those are being healed. I also see as though childhood trauma has affected past relationships. These could be romantic relationships, but these could also be, personal relationships and friendships. Maybe you've given up control to others, or you're learning how to create boundaries for yourself. I'm not sure how this exactly shows up for you, because it could show up in a lot of different ways since this is a general reading. But this is about facing these conflicts in interactions with others, is awakening you and helping you to heal these past childhood traumas. Because our past really does shape how we interact with others in the future. And I think what I'm seeing from this is the reason that you're facing all these conflicts, and we're seeing it with Ten of Swords, completion of a lot of conflicts, a lot of things coming to a head right now. And this is that energy again, that is this portal opening, is you're having this spontaneous awakening and integration right now, because you're needing to face some of these things from the past. And again, you may have already done a lot of shadow work in the past. You may have already done a lot of work. You feel like it keeps coming up again. Well, this is a really extreme acceleration of a lot of healing and integration that is going to kind of guide you and direct you towards a higher union, a higher connection, deeper connections with others, a deeper romantic connection even. You may even end up with a twin flame relationship, or a soulmate relationship that should feel good. You should no longer feel as though you have to be in conflict in a relationship anymore, because you are releasing this conflict right now. You're completing a cycle of shadow work and finally releasing this and stepping through this portal. But the work does have to be done. You know, we're light workers, so it's not always going to just happen automatically. This is something that we have to work on. We have to ask ourselves why. Why are we attracting these things into our lives? What do we feel benefits us, or what do we believe? What beliefs are underlying in this situation that we have about ourselves, that we have about how we deserve to be treated or not treated? And what are those expectations, and how can we work through those, or how can we kind of bring those to light so that we can be aware of them, so we can then release them? And I think this is really important, especially in romantic partners for you guys. So you are facing these challenges as a light worker right now, because this is the work that you are doing for the collective and for yourself as well, because of course, like as light workers, you know, we're raising our vibration and we're doing this work for ourselves and for the greater good. Okay, let's keep going with some more oracle cards. We have balance, spirituality, and practicality. And then we also have expect powerful change, and this one's new moon eclipse. We have full moon in Pisces over here. When I'm seeing this balance, spirituality, and practicality, I feel as though this is once again an integration of spiritual work beneath the surface, now integrating into your life, into daily life, really, because it's starting to integrate into our relationship, into, you know, your relationships at a personal level, at a practical level, versus feeling as though you can't have both at the same time. You may feel as though when you're, you know, by yourself and you're meditating and you're in your zone, you can maintain this kind of feeling of spiritual awareness and high vibration. But then somebody enters into your atmosphere, you know, into your energy field, and suddenly that all goes to hell, you know, it all goes to shit. So I feel as though with the, you know, this powerful change that is happening, that we're seeing, is between the practicality and the spirituality. You're going to be pushed, almost being forced into finding spiritual awareness and finding a high vibration on a daily basis in your everyday life, integrating it into your daily life. So this is another part of your light worker role, and kind of the type of light worker that you could say you are, which is an integration. You are integrating and grounding energies, high vibrational energies, into daily life, and that's going to help you stay high vibe every day. And sometimes, you know, this takes practice, and this is a decision, you know, this is a choice that we have to make over and over and over again, which is that we choose high vibration over and over and over again, until all we see is high vibration, until all we bring into our lives is high vibration. And of course, you know, from time to time, everybody falls back down, you know, as we're living in this physical reality. It can be difficult to stay high vibe all the time. But again, that's another choice that we have to make over and over and over again in every moment, is what is, and this comes with that maturity and comes with that enlightenment, which is the maturity to know that, do I want to stay in this low vibration? You know, do I want to stay here, or do I want to make the choice to be high vibrational, knowing that it's within my power and it is my choice to make? Because knowing that it is your choice and that only you can make that choice for yourself is what brings self-empowerment. Okay, so let's see if there's any final messages. I'm going to shuffle for some more tarot cards. So, okay, let's see. We did have two come out. We had the Six of Wands, right side up, and then we had the Queen of Pentacles. So one thing is that's going to be difficult is stepping outside of what you've known, because I do feel as though you may tend to be surrounded by negative people. And I'm not saying that you're low vibrational either, because I get the sense, of course, being a light worker in general, you are going to want to maintain high vibrations to help lift other people up, because that's what you do as a light worker. is come in and lift other people up. But I'm seeing, because of the Queen of Pentacles being in reverse, I'm getting the sense that you might be surrounded by people who are trying to, it may feel as if the people that surround you are always dragging you down. And I feel, what I'm feeling from Six of Wands as well, is that now is the time for you to step through and finally be recognized and be rewarded for all the good that you're doing, and for other people to see this in you, because you may be just around people who refuse to meet you at your energetic level. You know, sometimes as a light worker, if you are with somebody or just like around somebody who has low vibration and does not want to take responsibility for that low vibration and step into a higher, you know, level of awareness, they will get jealous of you or get irritated by your energy. And there's nothing we could do about that at a certain point, but it does hurt. It does hurt, especially if it's family members who just get irritated because you're trying to be positive, or irritated because you're trying to turn things around energetically for yourself. They get jealous, or they get mad at that, even if it's at a subconscious level. But now I see you stepping into your power and having other people see you and respect you and appreciate you for the energy that you bring into the situation. So this is the goal. And for you, this is, again, we're talking about relationships. So this could be bringing in a partner who offers this to you, or friendships, and a group of people as well who kind of want to, like a community of people who want to bring this kind of high vibration, ambitious energy, motivated energy, positive thinking energy into your life. And with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's time to start grounding this energy. It's time for you to be nurtured as well. So you may want to ask the universe for some help with this as well. But also remember to call upon Mother Earth. I mentioned before, is thinking of Mother Earth as like the entity that we all are part of, as kind of the body that we are kind of all organisms, a part of the planet Earth. So asking for this help, being in nature, asking for groundedness is kind of part of your role as well. I'm seeing as grounding this energy, especially with this Wands energy, rooting yourself into the earth and receiving, open yourself up to receiving the nurturing and nourishment that planet Earth wants to offer. So let's finish up with a final oracle card for group 1, with some final energies to work on, and any final messages that come through for pile number 1. Okay. Fire. We have Solaris Sublime. Solaris Sublime. I love the artistry in this work. I feel as though the artwork in these cards, the artistry in these cards, because I feel like the artwork in itself has its own energy that you can work with. Yeah, so with this card, we have the element of fire. And we're seeing that with the Six of Wands. This is fire energy as well. This is a very different energy, but I feel as though this fire is this kind of having a fire lit, because you have a lot of swords, feeling as though maybe you've been held back, been really focused mentally on certain shadows or restrictions that we're seeing. The energy is shifting into fire energy, where you are feeling like you want to take the lead, where you're feeling as though you might want to start stepping out and speaking your truth, and feeling, and maybe even you've been low on energy, and the fire energy stepping in here is bringing you energy again to start becoming a leader. You might have a North Node in a fire sign, and you're wanting to really like be in the limelight finally, instead of maybe always being suppressed or feeling like you're kind of like held back from speaking your truth and being out there. So this may be an opportunity for you to either become a speaker, or again, like maybe this is through social media. This is a great way to kind of share your truth as a light worker. Also, with fire energy, you may want to start working with the element of fire as well, which would go really well, because you're almost like, maybe you've already been working with fire energy too. You may be drawn to fire energy, but be sure you do ground yourself, because as powerful as this energy is, you don't want it to consume you either. So it's always good to kind of balance these out. And it looks like you're needing to balance this out with some earth energy, but you're feeling a fire being ignited within you. And I think this is also partially kind of going back to this portal or doorway that is opening up for you. There's like this ignition being started for you, this drive. We're seeing it with the Six of Wands as well. This is success. This is leadership energy. This is motivation. This is going for what you want. And and we also see kind of a wild card, which is also fire energy. It's kind of like there's a lot of things being ignited for you right now, and it's a little up in the air, like what's going to happen next. So be on, because this is really part of your path that's opening up for you as a light worker. And of course, as a light worker too, we have fire, which is all about light and brightness. So I feel as though you're getting this opportunity after working in the shadows for so long. I feel like after working in the shadows for so long, you're finally getting the chance to step out, stepping through this doorway. Sorry, I just had to restart my camera, but stepping through this doorway and see how this, I mean, even this doorway in this image is just like full of light and full of this brightness. So I feel as though this is you stepping from the shadows into success, into this like leadership position where you're finally, and I mentioned too, community too. I feel like you could be a leader or a teacher or a mentor to others in this community that you're, either entering into or starting for yourself. Okay, group one, that's going to do it for your reading. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much. And comment down below, let me know what your experiences are as a light worker. And if you did enjoy this reading, I would love to know that. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. I would appreciate that. And if you would like a personal reading from me, or to find out what I offer as part of my role as a light worker, you can find more information about that in the description box down below, where I've listed my website. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings and light workers who chose pile number 2. I have a pile right here with the selenite stone on it. So we're going to set your stone aside just right here so we can dive on into your tarot cards first. And I will be pulling these to face you guys. So let's start. We have the Tower card. We have Queen of Cups right side up. We have Three of Swords upside down. We have the Sun. Powerful, powerful energy already for you guys. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Okay. So a lot of different energy here, but I am getting drawn specifically. Let's start with the Tower energy with the Queen of Cups over here, because I am seeing that you have been tested, and I feel as though you may be going through maybe another test right now. You might be feeling this energy. I've also been feeling this energy lately. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you receive this is when you're meant to hear it. But as of recording this, I myself have been experiencing is feeling that this is kind of why I was actually compelled to do one of these types of readings, because I feel as though there's something happening beneath the surface for a lot of us light workers, star seeds, sensitives right now. And I wanted to address it. And whenever you are receiving this is when you are meant, to hear these messages. But just to make note, what I'm gathering from this Tower energy and the Queen of Cups is there's a lot of deep healing happening at an emotional level. And certain things right now that we we're trying to build up and that we thought is what was needed or what was wanted from us is falling away. And it's kind of a shock. It can be kind of a shocker because we're trying to, we're intuitively guided as light workers, so you may have been guided by your intuition to go in this direction, but at the same time, it's like things are falling apart and you're like, what's happening here? Because it feels as though the further you go and the deeper you go with your intuition, it's like, am I getting anywhere with that? And the truth is that there is deep healing that's happening. And I also see that we're finally kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with the Sun card and with the Seven of Cups, because you are being asked to continue to dream big, because you guys as light workers are big dreamers. This is and this is even kind of the type of light worker that you are, is a dreamer. And you're meant to really dream of this perfect utopia. And by dreaming this and by setting these intentions, you're putting this out there into the ether. You're putting this into the universe, this energy of dreaming big, of loving deeply with the Queen of Cups, loving so deeply that it can hurt. And putting that energy out there, wanting all human beings to be healed, wanting all human beings to experience this divine connection, this divine love that you're feeling. The other day, I was just thinking like how sometimes I just feel like I have such strong emotions, like in my body, energetic emotions, that they're just so intense, whatever it could be. It could be all types of emotion. It could be a deep sadness. It feels as though like you're about to burst. I think this group are empaths. If you chose this group, I feel like you have a similar, you may have experienced similar feelings, similar experiences of having so much deep emotion that it just feels like you can't contain it within your human body. And that's because you are more than your human body, of course. But this also gives you this capacity to dream beyond what anybody else is dreaming, because you're able to go beyond just what you're seeing in front of yourself. So a lot of people, and this is just kind of messages coming through, I'm just giving you intuitive messages as they come for this reading, but a lot of people will kind of look at what they're given or look at the way the world is and just kind of either accept it or just not be able to see past what they're seeing. They can't, and they don't have a vision of the future. They don't have a vision of what things could be, of how great and amazing things could be. Now they could, to some extent, be hopeful or want to better the world. But for you guys, you're seeing beyond even that. You're seeing beyond not just a positive world, but just like a world of a fantasy, almost like an imaginary world. But because nothing is really truly fantasy, because really anything is possible, we're energy beings. So the only forms we know are the ones that we see, but it's because we kind of collectively agree that this is what things should look like. But honestly, energy could take any shape or form. Technically, it's just what we agree on in this reality. Hence why, interdimensional beings who are not so solid and, rigid in structure, we're in a three-dimensional world, so it's a little harder for things to change around here. It takes a little longer, but that's okay. That's why you're here. That's why light workers like you are here, because you're meant to dream beyond. You're meant to dream big and see beyond like even the limitations of the 3D world. And I feel like you might feel that in your bones, like like in your soul, you may feel like, yes, this is true. This is what I'm feeling. But what's maybe been happening lately is it feels as though you're trying to build these dreams up, whatever they may be. It may be for you that your way of bringing this high vibrational energy in is through your passion, through art, through music, through how you show up in the world, how you show up for other people in your life, how you heal and mend other people, mending wounds at a deep heart level. You use your heart chakra to heal others. That's why I have my heart chakra prayer beads here, because I use my heart chakra to heal. You guys can do that too. We've got malachite in green for the heart chakra, and then also rose quartz for divine love to heal. So this is the type of energy that you guys are bringing, that you are showing up in the world with, and what you're here as a light worker to bring to the world. So I feel for you, and I feel that you guys don't lose hope. The message here with this is this: you're this ray of sunshine, and the universe wants you to be this ray of sunshine. It doesn't want you to give up on those big dreams. It doesn't want you to stop being a dreamer. Or, maybe you've been told before that you have to like come back down to earth, or you have to be practical. Yes, there's practicality. We are, as I said, we're in a 3D world. So things, there's laws and there's science, and we have to abide by those laws and those rules that we have been born into. But we're not limited to those, in the sense that you and your energy can influence that, even though it takes a while for change to happen. But let's keep going. We're going to find out some more messages for you guys. So let's see what these oracle cards have to say. We have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. You might feel like you are lost at sea. You might feel on this planet as a light worker, you might feel like it's unfamiliar. This is because this group is probably, I'm sure other groups are also star seeds, but I feel as though many, many, many of you in group 2 are going to be star seeds as well. So that means that you may have only ever lived lives on other planets, which is why Earth might seem very foreign to you. And you may feel like you're still trying to navigate this planet. You might feel like you bring this real strong ray of sunshine and brightness and light and high vibration to this planet, because you're coming from other worlds and other lands that are so much more high vibrational than this one. So that's why you might feel like you're kind of lost adrift at sea. But it also says you've done this before. So you've overcome before. Okay, your soul came here on a mission to help to overcome this tower energy and to heal it. So you've been a healer before. This is what you came here to do. It's who you truly are. And I feel like that should resonate. I feel like that resonates with you guys, as you're here to heal. That's what you're here to do. It feels good when you heal others in a place of empowerment. So remember, you want to heal from a place of empowerment, not from a place, you don't want to overextend yourself either. So you do want to put your own energy first. And that's something that can take, time and practice and awareness to do. And even the best healers, need to receive healing and take time out as well. But I am feeling as though this is what you came here to do. All right, let's look at the next card. We have the Void. Stop, embrace winter. Great cosmic wound. So I mentioned you might be going through this difficult time right now with the Queen of Cups, really going deep into the void, into the inner self to heal the wounds. We have this wounded heart here that's being healed. But you're going to come out of that. The important here is great cosmic wound. So to me, this energy is saying you're being reborn, and we're seeing that the light at the end of the dark tunnel is going to put you right back on track with your dreams. You've made it so far, and it might feel like you've made it so far, and now you're feeling like, well, did anything amount from that work that I've been doing? And the truth is that you might be in a place right now where it feels like that, because when you go into the void, you feel like it's nothingness. You feel like you're lost. We see that again, lost lands. If you're feeling like you're lost, remember it says stop and embrace winter. Embrace this time and surrender to it. Because in this place of feeling lost, you're going to find the light again, and you're going to, as you take this time to be reborn and to kind of rediscover who you are, you're going to get right back on track, and you're actually going to get there even faster. You're going to realize too that this time of stopping and pausing and reflecting is going to be just what you needed to get you right back on track. You're going to be amazed. I feel like you're going to be amazed at how quickly things start to kind of fall into place again. And remember, if it happens again, if you find yourself in the winter again, it's some future point in time, or if you have been through this in the past, remember that it's not setting you back. It's what you need at the time. You just need to stop and reflect. You're not actually lost if you're in the void. You're being reborn, okay? You're rediscovering, you're reflecting. You're kind of like gearing up again to be, you know, I also feel too, because this is kind of like a pivot for you, but it's like you're pivoting towards the sun. You know, you're pivoting away from the darkness and what wasn't working, but what you were trying to maybe make work, it wasn't working, it's not working. Even if it feels just like an internal struggle or an internal, you know, emotional struggle, you're pivoting and you're going towards the sun. This is going to be a blip on the grand scheme of your accomplishments. All right, let's keep going with some more tarot cards. We have Ambition, Two of Pentacles. We have Eight of Pentacles with Opportunities. These are both earth energies. Yeah, and we have the High Priestess with Empowerment. The High Priestess is empowered within herself, and she's empowered within her spiritual abilities and in her intuitive abilities as well. So you're being reborn into this High Priestess energy, which is beautiful. We're also seeing new opportunities, big dreams coming through for you, showing up again. So you're coming back around again from the void, you're coming back to earth again, okay? Because these are very earth energy cards here with the pentacles, and we have ambition and opportunity. So you are manifesting towards yourself new opportunities. Now keep in mind that your healing and the healing that you're going through, the processing that you're going through is what is needed at a collective level. The collective of the planet is needing you to do this reflection. It's needing you to heal at deeper and deeper levels. And that's why it can be such a heavy lift for light workers, because healing at these levels it's almost, we as light workers, we're expected to do a little more than others. We're a little more aware of these things. We're a little more conscious of these painful energies. We can't just live with them. We can't just accept them and sit with them. We are forced to look at them at deep levels. Okay, and I see reward for you guys for the work that you're doing. So remember, embrace the winter, surrender to wherever you're at right now. Embrace the Tower, okay? The Tower energy is a collapse, but it's the falling away of things that aren't for you anymore, that no longer serve you, that aren't helping the cause, so that you can get right back on track again. Okay, so your intuition is igniting right now. It's awakening you to what is needed next. But before you dive into all of this stuff, you're needing a break. You're needing this winter, this time to stop. So don't lose hope in your dreams. Hold your vision. Wow, hold your vision with the fixed moon. See, don't give up on those. Don't give up on that focus or that vision that you have. Just because you're in a void, you're in a state of pause. And then we have the answers you need are coming. Wow, this is really great confirmation for you guys. You are manifestors as light workers. I do feel that. I feel not only are you bringing in dreams of a greater future for this planet, but you're also manifesting that future as well. And you are going to be asked to do the work for that, but you're being given a break first before you are rewarded with some answers, with some opportunities. Okay, but hold on to your vision. Even if you surrender to the winter, to this darkness, this pause. Even if you're surrendering to that, do not lose your vision. Okay, so we're gonna pull a few more tarot cards just for any final messages that I've missed so far for group. All right, we have you guys, we have the High Priestess again. You are really, truly, truly leveling up. All right, that was a lot of cards. We're gonna keep shuffling. You guys are really leveling up to a new level. To a new level of, obviously, to a new level of awareness and intuitive abilities. I feel like you might awaken some new abilities as well. But you're also in a strong manifestation mode, I feel, too, group 2. All right, let's see. We need one more card for group 2 before we finish up with the oracle cards. Let's see, any final messages for group 2? Okay, the World. Wow, you guys. Ooh, what a good card. The World. Yeah, you are manifesting big. So just to go back to kind of the type of light worker you are manifesting big right now. That is what you're being called to do, but you're manifesting from a higher level of awareness and in alignment with your intuitive abilities. So you're moving into this energy, group 2. Hold the vision, don't give up, even though it feels like, you know, this could be a dark time for some of us as light workers. It feels that way, but this is just the winter before the spring, before the world takes shape for you in your life. And the world is success. The world is that full picture coming into view for you, receiving your desires from a place of this level, this higher level, the High Priestess. Okay, let's finish up. Oh my gosh, I almost feel like we don't even need it anymore, but I do want to pull one more oracle card for you guys for your final message. Let's see, final messages for group 2. One more card. Okay, we have She of the Lotus. Wow, group 2. This is a time for you of blossoming, of connecting to a part, like you're blooming. You're connecting to a part of yourself, a higher awareness that is just like taking full form, taking full shape right now into this beautiful lotus flower. The energy of this card, it just kind of pulls everything together for me in that you are blooming under difficult conditions, but it's happening. It's happening. And I'm seeing like the crown chakra on this figure here, her crown chakra just opening up to this higher awareness. So take some time, meditate during this time of kind of reflection. Welcome in these energies. You have a lot of really big things to accomplish, and you're helping the planet, you're helping the world in your awakening process. Okay, group 2, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really do hope these messages were helpful to you. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. What are some experiences you've had as a light worker? Does this reading resonate with you? I would love to chat with you down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already. I would love to have you join this family of celestial beings. And last but not least, if you would like to learn more about what I offer, maybe a personal reading, you can find that link down in the description box below. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings and light workers who chose pile number 3. I have your pile right here with the Malachite stone on it. So let's set your stone aside right over here so we can dive on into your reading. We're going to start off with your tarot cards first, and these are going to be facing you guys. So we have the 10 of Cups. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse. the Magician in reverse. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, I'm hearing the sense of kind of unfinished business for this group. I'm feeling with the Ten of Cups that you may have kind of reached the end of an energetic cycle currently. However, there's really more to come from this energy cycle and kind of where you're being led right now. So I feel as though there's many things kind of beneath the surface here. Okay, there's kind of like questions left unanswered. There's aspects of this that feel like they've been on pause with the Chariot. And also there's still things that you're needing to kind of move on from and heal from. I feel as though there's physical travel that is about to happen as well, or that is needed. But you're feeling as though, you may feel as though you're lacking the direction. I feel as though this group has this kind of like this feeling bubbling beneath the surface of wanting to travel, wanting to go places, wanting to get there. And even though things are fine right where you're at right now, like things are going fine, they're going well, I feel like this group is almost like waiting for this calling to answer them. It's like there's this calling. It's like, you know, there's something greater out there for you. You feel a calling to travel, but you might be stuck. Like you're feeling like you can't get started on this, okay? So there's almost as though it's not ready yet to happen, but there's needing to be like there's confirmation here to let you know, group 3, that you aren't imagining those things. That as a light worker, I feel like you are going to be called to move at some point, or to travel and to go to different places. Now, this could be because you are kind of traveling to different ley lines. You may be compelled to go to sacred places around the globe, but it's like you're being held back right now. This could be, you know, practically, like a practical reason, like maybe the pandemic coming in the way of travel, depending on when you're watching this. It could be that you're unable to kind of get to where you feel like you are needing to go. But I also feel as though, even though you have this inner drive to travel, that is really, this is having to do with the type of light worker you are. You have this desire to leave and travel and to go places because you literally are being called to ground energies in locations on the planet. So you may also like have this desire to go back home. You might feel like that desire to go to places with energy. And I do, you know, with sacred energy, sacred places, or with ley lines. You know, some place like Machu Picchu or Stonehenge, or, you know, locations like that. I feel like you don't have to travel so far, though. Remember that you don't have to travel so far to still make an impact. Because with the Ten of Cups, I feel like you are right where you need to be. But the energy here is telling me that it wants to confirm for you that it's not in your imagination, that you feel like you need to go somewhere. You may have traveled a lot in the past, but now are no longer able to, or feeling stuck, like you've lost your direction because of this feeling of being stuck and being unable to move forward with what you feel like is your purpose. This could also be kind of this inner feeling of not being able to move forward in a clear path because you're not sure of where your purpose is. Now, I feel like currently right now, you have a purpose and you have a gift and a calling to heal and be around loved ones and people close to you. So remember that you don't have to physically travel, even though as a light worker, that's kind of one of your gifts or abilities. Like that's one of your gifts, is being able to kind of travel around and manifest in different locations and, feel this drive and this focus. And sometimes you might feel like you don't know what to do next, but you might feel like right now you know what you want to do, but you can't get there. You can't do it right now. And so with the 10 of Cups, I feel like the guidance here is you're being put on pause right now for a very important reason. And it's because of the work that you need to do right where you are at right now. You're being halted in your tracks. You're being caused to kind of focus on who you are with right now and where you are at right now, to fully appreciate it, to fully heal it, and to fully give your light to those people, to your current family, your current community, your current tribe, where you are at right now. Even if that's just on a close, one-on-one basis, wherever you're at right now is where you do need to be as a light worker. But just know that there is more travel and there's bigger things on the horizon for you and in your future. That's why you're feeling that. You're feeling such a strong calling to that, because that is something that is, wanting to come through for you, but it's just not yet. I would say really relax into the energy that you're in right now and soak that up, because this is where you are needing to be. Okay, let's keep going with some oracle cards. So we have next, cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So this feeling of restriction might make you feel like you're about to just kind of burst, like you really want to pursue this new horizon. You might feel that right now the energy is just so strong within you that you're going to burst, because there's kind of like a roadblock. There's a barrier that you're feeling is preventing you from all of this, this horizon opening up for you. But the reason that you're here is to just surrender to where you are at right now, and to see the positive benefits that you're doing right now where you are at. I do feel this group is meant, though, for bigger things, to be in the forefront and to kind of light the way for others and to speak your truth. I feel like a lot of these things are blocks right now for you, but we're seeing it's important to just surrender. You're being cracked open right now to learn to surrender to the alchemy of life. So in other words, this is divine timing. Okay, there's divine timing that's coming for you to kind of open up for you, to crack you open, and to lead the way. So next we have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So this is a healing time for you. And before you can step onto your path, it's important to heal relationships and to find happiness and contentment where you're at right now. And as an empathic starseed and light worker, this is also a type of light worker as well, being an empathic starseed. You're feeling other people's energies, and you may be needing to work on that. And also the reason, you're cracking open to release. There's a lot of release happening here. Even with the 10 of Cups is kind of coming to a final conclusion that's happy with yourself right now, happy with your situation right now, and then releasing what is not yours. What are you holding within yourself that is not for you to hold on to or for you to burden yourself with? What are those things within yourself? And you may not even be able to understand what they are. Maybe you just feel them in your body as like an ache or a pain or an anxiety in your body that you're just holding on to. What are those things? This is the time to really release them and go deep. This is a strong message that is coming up for a lot of these piles, because I do feel as though at the time that I'm recording this, I feel this really strongly happening, which was one of the reasons why I was inspired to do this reading for light workers, so I could share that message, because I think a lot of us right now are needing that reassurance that yes, you might be feeling stuck. And this group definitely is. And this, I feel like you're just like, almost like chomping at the bit, you know, that expression where the horse is chomping at the bit to rush forward. But the universe is saying, no, 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 do not rush. We can't rush this just yet. You are really close, and you are gifted, you know, you are an energetic sovereignty. You do have these abilities and these powers. You rule over this energy, but don't take what's not yours. You're still, you know, there's still things here that we're just releasing for you, that we're working through, that is needed. So surrender to this time, and it is important to do the work. You know, it is important to find out what's not yours that you're holding onto or you're absorbing. I feel for this group though, especially, I feel as though as an empathic light worker and or starseed, I feel as though with the 10 of Cups that you've done a lot of beautiful work with your partnerships and your relationships in your life already. I think you're coming to the end of those in a really beautiful and happy way. So I do feel like this group has done a lot of this work, and it's almost a reminder that as an empath, it's going to be important for you to remain cleansed, and that this time period was to teach you how to remember this, was to teach you to pause and to take time out as needed to be able to release these things. And I feel like moving forward, this is going to help you as you step into the Chariot energy and as you step into Magician energy as well, to really take control of the energy. Because I feel as though once you take control, when I see energetic sovereignty, you have the power to control energy around you in a powerful way that is superior to a lot of other light workers even, and other, you know, energy workers, because you're an empath. So you're able to heal with this energy, you're able to manipulate this energy to manifest in a powerful way, but you might be feeling currently out of control, and that's because you're healing. There needs to be, you need to remember, and you know, this is a reminder as well, to know what is your energy versus what is somebody else's, because absorbing that other energy or just not being aware of it in your body can severely diminish the extent that your powers can take on here. So let's keep going with some more tarot cards. We have 4 of Wands with happy occasions. Awesome. Yeah, I see that with the 10 of Cups as well. We have unity with 2 of Wands. And then we have doorways with 8 of Cups, again showing up for you, the 8 of Cups. So this is a time to celebrate your wins. Celebrate the wins that you've made, the accomplishments that you've made, coming together of ideas. I also feel, you know, with the 2 of Wands, this is weighing options. This is really seeing both sides of things, and then bringing those ideas together in union and in unity. So this is the feeling of like coming into alignment with your truth, with your true self. 8 of Cups, again, as we saw here, is having to do with your moving away from, you know, new doorways open as you move away from old wounds, old relationships. I feel like you've done this work in your relationships, and that's why this is showing up again, to kind of confirm what I was saying before, where you've done a lot of work at relationship levels with people, where you've learned to kind of set your own boundaries, and you've aligned with kind of your inner truth. And now it's kind of like you're going to be stepping into your power with this finally, you know, but you just have to surrender to this time and celebrate your wins. Celebrate with the people who are now surrounding you or will be soon, because you have aligned with these people. So enjoy. And you may even be celebrating a milestone specifically, but this is a time to really enjoy the little things, kind of like focus in on your accomplishments, surrender to what can't be just yet, because those doorways will be opening up for you in the future, but it has to happen in divine timing. Okay, this does feel like a divine timing thing rather than actual like barriers energetically. But let's kind of finish up with these oracle cards. We have a personal issue reaches resolution. So this is resolving itself for you. And then we have faith in your dreams. So trust in this process. Okay, the resolution, a happy occasion. This is coming to a close. You're finally healing. You're finally moving into better energy. And don't lose sight of those dreams. Have faith, because I do feel like you have these big dreams and you are meant for so much more, but this had to happen first. This whole resolution had to happen. And remember, as a light worker, I just want to remind everybody throughout these readings is that as a light worker, the reason that you have certain struggles and overcome certain conflicts and resolutions and experience these things is for the collective, because you're healing at a deeper level that is assisting and helping the collective to raise their vibration. So that's why it is so important for us as light workers to really do this inner work, to heal these conflicts or personal issues, to resolve these. It is so important for us as light workers because we're doing this on a greater scale at a deep energetic level. So as you raise your vibration, you help to raise the vibration of the planet, and others follow you through this energy. Okay, we have justice. So justice is being done for the hard work that you have been doing. Remember, it's just beneath the surface, but you're finding balance. Justice, very much, we think of the scales, we think of balance, we think of, it's also 11, similar to, we have unity. Balance equals unity. Okay, when things are in balance, you can align again with your path. And I feel like those doorways are going to open up to lead you down the path that you're wanting to go with confidence, with clear focus and confidence with this Queen of Swords energy. She's wanting to wake up. Justice also means that this resolution you're reaching is resolving in your favor, okay? Justice for wrongdoings is happening in your favor. You may already know this, but that's what this happy occasion, that's what this 10 of Cups is all about. Is the resolution being reached for you in your favor, which is even better than just a resolution. But all right, we just had a few more than I wanted to fall out, so I'm just going to shuffle a little bit more so we could get one clear card for group 3. Whoop. I get one clear card for group 3. Whoop. Okay. So there's actually a lot of cards coming out, so it wants me to shuffle a little bit more, but we're going to look at 5 of Wands. I feel as though this is showing competition in your life. It's just showing people, maybe even in your life at cross purposes, feeling like you're having to deal with conflicts from all different directions. Energy feeling out of whack or out of balance for a while because of the people around you. Yeah, we're seeing 6 of Swords. You're traveling away from this conflict, this kind of like hectic energy, because this is what these were all in reverse. We had the Queen of Swords, we had the Magician in reverse, we had the Chariot in reverse before. There's chaos. There's chaos versus a clear focus. When the Magician is right side up, he's in control, he's focused, he's manifesting with purpose. When the Queen of Swords is right side up, she's got one clear direction. There's balance there. She knows what she's doing with confidence. When the Chariot's right side up, it also represents being in control and rushing towards a goal with intuitive guidance and action. So now you are recentering and you're moving towards higher ground. You're journeying. There's also travel here with the 6 of Swords as well, which is interesting. But this is having a clear direction opening up for you as a result of this resolution that is happening, okay? All right, let's pull one more card. So for you guys, we talked about kind of the type of, you were an empath as a light worker. I just had to restart my camera, but we're talking about kind of the type of light worker you are. And, oh, we have strength. Okay, this is really important, you guys. There is a lot of strong energy in this group, and a lot of power. We saw this power beneath the surface, big dreams, big goals. What I feel like with this group is you have the ability to bring people together for a cause. And this group is very outspoken. I feel like this group can really harness, you guys can really harness your strength and be very strong in the way that you kind of present yourself to other people. I feel like this group can be, you know, this is Leo energy. So I see you kind of at the forefront of a community or of a goal, because there's a lot of energy that you have to bring to being a light worker. And not all light workers have this, because I also, you know, I feel like you can take risks sometimes. You might be a little headstrong in what you're doing. And that's why maybe the fact that you've kind of been cut off from that energy for a little time has been so kind of frustrating or confusing. Because I do think this group is going to be in the forefront, out in the open with your abilities and with kind of your experiences. People want to know that your experience, and they look up to you. So I see you sharing it. I see you sharing these things and showing how you've become so much stronger because of your experiences, and it's going to empower and inspire other people. I see that with the Five of Wands too. You know, there's this ability here to rise up to a challenge, and also to bring other people with you. You're not afraid to face, you know, face almost like the darkness and rise up from it and bring others, show the way and lead others to that. So this is a lot of energy that you're bringing, and I do see that you are meant for kind of like big presentations, like big displays, you know, of guidance for others. This could be through traveling, meeting a lot of people. I see this group kind of being very social, meeting a lot of people, interacting with a lot of people. Oh, we have the sound of the universe. Okay, this is the final message, because this is all kind of bringing it together for me, because this is you having a very strong voice, and your ability to speak about these things and about your journey is so powerful. Your strength is growing and growing, and what you've been through so far is really has brought you to this place of strength, has brought you to this place of where now your throat chakra is opening and expanding, and your voice and your words are going to resonate with so many people as you share these messages. Okay, wow, group 3. This is, you know, this is how you are presenting your abilities as a light worker to others, is through, you could even be maybe a singer, or, you know, creating music, creating sound, but it's coming from the universe. So this is high vibrational sounds that you are sharing with others. So this is how you speak to others, how you share your story, how you tell your story. This could be communication on many levels. So if you're feeling as though your voice is being silenced right now, find a way to share your voice that feels, maybe it's even just, you know, it could be writing. It could be sharing your stories in writing. It could be speaking. I feel like I get this feeling like you're choked up, like you feel like you're blocked. But you're going to be opening up to this again, okay? You're going to find the strength again. You're going to find the pathway, the doorway is going to open up again, because you needed to first find, I feel like there needed to first be a resolution to this issue. Everything's going to work out. You know, even with like 10 of Cups, this is such a happily ever after type of card. 10 of Cups, kind of reassuring that things are going to be fine, like things are going to be okay. But you have to find these resolutions first. You have to find this justice first. So you're finding your voice right now, and you're going to be singing the song or spreading the word of the universe as part of your Lightworker plan and path. And that's going to bring you healing as well, because your story is going to be very healing to others, okay, as an empath. Okay, group 3, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really truly hope these messages were helpful to you. If you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel out. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below and comment. Let me know your thoughts. Do you feel as though this reading did resonate with you? I would love to chat about being a Lightworker and some of the things that you have faced in the comments down below. And lastly, if you would like to know more about me and what I offer, you can find that link down in the description box below. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 4. I have your pile right here with the Chyrsocolla stone on it. So I'm going to set your stone aside right there so we can dive on into your tarot cards. Okay, we have, and please remember that these are going to be facing you. So we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 5 of Wands, right side up. We have the King of Swords in reverse. We have the Strength card, right side up. And then lastly, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. Wow, some very similar energies to pile number 3. So you might have been drawn to both of those piles. We're going to see what further messages come up for you guys, because I do see a lot of strong manifestation coming through. I feel as though you guys are really facing a difficult time as far as feeling as though you might feel kind of drained energetically right now. I feel like you're fighting. I feel like you kind of had to fight a lot to get through challenges in your life with this 5 of Wands energy and with the Strength card. You've had to like fight to be seen and be heard. I'm also getting the sense that a lot of energy is being wasted for this group. Okay, as a Lightworker, your energy is meant to be cleansing and to be unlimited and coming from the source. But I feel like you've had to kind of pull yourself up a lot of times, and you may feel even isolated and like you have to do everything on your own, okay? And this is making you feel very drained energetically. I also feel like you can be very harsh on yourself, very judgmental on yourself, and it's really not warranted, okay? Because you're doing a good job, you're really working hard. But I feel like you feel that that you're not working hard enough, that you're not doing enough, okay? Because I see that you do have huge goals, just like many Lightworkers do. We feel called to a higher power, to a higher calling. We feel like we are meant for greater things. And I see that you guys have the strength, you have that awareness, you have that ability, but you're feeling as though you just can't do it anymore. You know, there's just so much that you've done so far, but it feels like it's never enough. And I think that that's why you're being drawn to this reading right now, because there's a lot of confirmation that is needed for this group to know that you're not alone, that the universe sees how much you're doing, but it doesn't want you to work so hard. I really feel like this group needs a break. I feel like you've been doing a lot, you've been going really hard, you've been trying to keep up with everybody else to really prove yourself and prove your worth, but your worth is inherent. It's already there. I also feel like you have this drive to be seen, to be heard, because you may have been feeling like in a box and closed off, or feeling like nobody respects you. But this is all a belief that is needed to be dropped. It's a belief that is not true. You have strength. You are strength. and you're competitive too. So I feel like there is so much potential here, group 4, but you're holding yourself back with maybe even self-deprecating thoughts. This is really something that is needing to be healed before you're gonna see the type of gains that you really, really want to see with the 6 of Pentacles. These gains, these results, this prosperity, this abundance, I think there's a lot of focus here on the result and the outcome. But I feel like the message here is to take a step back and process things. First, process how much you have already accomplished. You might feel like you can't put this on a pause because you're just rushing. You just want to get there. You don't want to slow down. You don't want to lose momentum. But I feel like you're already losing momentum energetically. You know, at an energetic level, your manifestations are losing some momentum because of the strain that it's having on you. So we're gonna get some messages. We're gonna figure this all out. Let us see what the Oracle cards have to say. We have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. I do feel this physical healing for you guys. I feel like your body is exhausted. I feel like your emotions are fried. Okay, I think that might be an issue for this group if that does resonate with you. I only say that because I feel like this is a time that you're needing some healing, deep cellular healing for sure. And we see this angelic figure right at the center here. I feel as though calling upon your angels, working with your guides. They are kind of behind you, like wanting to heal you, wanting to help you, but you need to ask for their help first. And I also feel as though for some of you, if you feel like you've asked for help already, I feel like there's been help, but because you're afraid to kind of pivot or kind of like take a pause or stop, the help can't really work. Sometimes when we're stuck in this kind of like energetic zone, we're so focused on the outcome. Again, it's important to step back from the outcome and get back to the present moment to heal, because you can only heal in the present moment. So if you're so focused on the results and seeing the results and the payoff, you can't heal at the present moment. So remember to take a pause, maybe take as much, you may need more than just a day or 2 days. And that doesn't mean that you can't continue to kind of do the bare minimum of what needs to be done, to get things done. But really taking any extra time that you have to pause and meditate, work on focusing your energy back into your body physically, because remember, there's physical and emotional healing. That means you have to get back into your body. You have to get your attention and your focus back into your body, because that'll bring you back into the present moment and start healing areas of your body that you're feeling tense, constriction, you're feeling any pain. Those are the areas you want to put your light on. Those are the areas you want to put your attention and focus on. Okay, let's keep going. We are going to get into kind of the type of healer you are as well. We have the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is a group that is healing the energetic vibrations of anger and frustration. You have this powerful energy and frustration towards life, and you're healing this at a deep cellular level for society. There is a lot of resentment, there's a lot of hatred due to fears. It all underlying this energy, it all comes from a deep set fear or belief. A fear of not being good enough, or a fear of not being successful here with the Six of Wands in reverse. A fear of not doing enough. This is you healing. I'm really hearing that you as light workers are healing the masculine energy. You're healing the masculine. This Mars energy, that's divine masculine. So light workers, you're here. Now, I mentioned earlier that you can kind of change throughout your lifetime as to what you're being called to do at any given time. So that doesn't mean that you're always going to be healing the divine masculine, but I do feel as though this group currently is here healing that divine masculine. That's why these types of energies are coming up for you. You're not just feeling anger for yourself. You're feeling anger for the planet. You're feeling the anger and the resentment and the frustration of the planet. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's important to welcome these energies in. You have drive, but you're also focused very much on doing and getting done and receiving. And there's nothing wrong with the masculine either. Like there's so many positive things that the divine masculine energy brings. We have the King of Swords, but the King of Swords is in reverse. So he's out of balance. He is needing direction. He's needing also to feel accepted and to feel love. You know, it says softening to love. And what is love but healing energy, divine love? So the divine masculine wants to feel loved for just being himself rather than feeling, and this, you know, whether or not you're a male or a female gender really doesn't, you know, the divine masculine is more of an energy and a symbol, a representation of energy. So, and a type of energy. So for you guys, healing this is a very important part of this whole process. Healing the divine masculine, which is not feeling like you are only a representation of what you've accomplished and that you aren't inherently divine just by being you. So you might need, you know, maybe this group needs to know that they are loved no matter what they accomplish or don't accomplish. You are loved for being a divine soul, a spiritual being. You are emanating with the vibration of love, which is source energy. I mean, that is when you are in alignment, when you are in union, you are love. There's peace. You know, you feel a sense of peace. Oftentimes love is synonymous with God, is synonymous with life itself. Depends on kind of who you talk to. But yes, so this is returning back to the source with acceptance and with an open heart. Let's keep going. We have more tarot cards to go through. We have Three of Wands with freedom. We have Justice with balance. And we also have Knight of Swords with spontaneity. So the divine masculine, he's looking for freedom again. He's looking for balance. We mentioned balance before. And maybe you find freedom in being spontaneous instead of serving, always feeling like you have to serve others or always thinking you have to do something based on what society or what is expected. Your freedom comes from spontaneity. The Three of Wands also is about the future and looking on the horizon. But I feel as though freedom, you know, because this deck in particular kind of has corresponding words on it, with freedom and the Three of Wands, I feel as though the only place you could truly find freedom is within balance in the present moment. And that's how you manifest freedom in your future. Rest assured that there is a lot of potential for you, that this is, you know, this is all part of the process to achieve your goals, which is the Three of Wands, you know, achieving those future goals. But you're being called upon to restore balance. And this is coming from that, it's the divine masculine energy within you that is needing to be healed. But because you are a light worker, as you heal the collective. And that's really, you know, that's really your duty as a light worker, or your calling, your purpose for being a light worker. Okay. All right. Next we have surrender to the divine with full moon. So here we have the divine energy. That's divine love. And surrendering means accepting where you're at right now, letting go of the expectations of the future because you trust. You know, when you surrender, when you do like a trust fall, you trust that the universe is going to catch you. You recognize that it's out of your hands, and you allow the universe to take over. You know, you realize like all of your efforts that you've been doing are not working. You need to just let go, because it's almost as though you're playing a tug of war here with the divine, who wants to help and wants to guide you back into balance, but you're feeling like this tug of war. Okay, so next we have, it's time to take action. Wow, isn't that such a, it's kind of like a contradiction, right? We have surrender to the divine, it's time to take action. I feel like with this group, and especially because we have Aries again, which to me is very masculine energy. Again, we have like a fire masculine type energy, and we have Mars fiery energy. I feel as though the surrender in itself is the action. And I feel like when you surrender to the divine, the action you take is going to be that much more powerful. We also have new moon, right? So we have full moon and new moon. These are polar opposites. These are polar opposites that are needing to be balanced, right? So it's being able to surrender and trust while also taking the action. And they're corresponding together. So this is kind of, to me, the full moon, divine feminine, balancing with the divine masculine energy of the potential, of the possibility. The full moon holds the space. She is the womb. Well, I mean, you can also think of the void as the womb as well, but the full moon is typically a pregnant feminine, divine feminine, the mother energy, versus Aries, where we have more of a masculine, fiery energy coming through to kind of direct the new potential here. So notice how these energies are both appearing together. So you're kind of dealing with a duality here that is needing to find balance, needing to find reconciliation within yourself. So how do you do this? I feel as though whichever one you feel is more out of balance, or maybe you've been taking a lot of action, maybe you haven't been taking a lot of action lately, you feel kind of lost. I feel as though the purpose here is to surrender to the not knowing, hold the space for the action to come in. And this is going to bring in balance for you, because yes, there is action needed in order to reach your goals, in order to reach your destination, but is it coming from the divine? Is it coming from divine guidance? So this is where the balance is needed. Okay, let's keep going, because it would be great to get even more messages on this with some tarot cards. Hopefully you're finding this helpful so far. Okay. I feel as though, you know, this might resonate, is that kind of like your action versus inaction feels a little out of whack right now, where you feel like you're either exhausted and you're just not feeling like you know when to do what. And this timing right now is what you're being called to balance and heal. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords, and we also have the Sun. Beautiful. Okay. So here's the thing. You may feel as though you're stuck in the way you've been doing things, right? And I'm going to pull one more card just to kind of round this message out. But we have the Eight of Swords. And this is a message of being stuck. You can see she's tied up. She's blindfolded too. And she's unable to see. She's unable to see a way out. You might feel as though either you've been kind of throwing things at a wall, you know, metaphorically, and seeing what sticks, and feeling like nothing is sticking or nothing is working. This is temporary. This is a temporary time. This is going to be, ooh, okay, all right. Oh my gosh, Ace of Cups, okay. This is a temporary time here. Don't worry too much about this. Don't worry too much about not knowing. It's important to surrender to the unknown, again, we talked about before, surrendering to the fact that we don't know the way right now. We aren't really sure of what to do next. And as soon as you surrender to that, as soon as you say, you know what, it's out of my hands. I did my best. I tried some things, but I'm really confused right now and I just don't know what I should do. That's when you bring it back to the Ace of Cups. That's when the new moon starts to open up for you from your heart center with the Cups energy. But you say, you surrender and you say, and even in this, you kind of see she's just throwing her arms up to the sun, just feeling the energy of the sun upon her. And she's just embracing it, you know, the higher power that is the divine. It's like, I need help. I need you. We can't survive without the sun's energy. You know, we can't survive without that. So it's giving up the fact that your light is not as powerful as the sun's light. You're a light worker, you know, and your light is connected. If you can think of it, you're connected to the divine. But you've maybe lost touch with that connection. And the Ace of Cups is a divine feminine energy here. And again, it's not really whether or not you're like more feminine or more masculine, but remember the divine feminine's energy is the holding of this space to then allow the spark of inspiration to come in, or the divine masculine to plant a seed. You know, it's almost like when you think of the chalice or the cup is holding the seed. The water is kind of like holding life within it, the possibility of life. So the masculine is really what begins the life. So in other words, hopefully I'm explaining this well, but in other words, holding the space right now, that is what is going to set off this momentum again, where you're going to be able to take a step forward. So confusion is actually a really great thing in a spiritual journey. The confusion, or being in a state of confusion, is actually where a lot of greater realizations happen, because confusion forces us to turn inward and look at things in a completely different way. It causes us to reflect, to ask questions, and to let go of our beliefs that we've built up, because beliefs that we hold too firmly can really hurt us more than help us. When we hold so strongly onto something, we don't give room or space for something new to come in. So I feel as though something new really does want to come in for you, and it's this balancing act, okay? And you might have been you might have like gotten yourself tied up in a knot here by focusing so much on the end goal and just focusing on the way you've always done things, or like just the way you're currently doing things now. But as a light worker, this is all part of the path, you know? This is all part of it. And we all get kind of caught up with this from time to time, with the physical reality and with kind of like our expectations of how we think things should go. But the divine, it kind of has a funny way of bringing us back to our higher selves. And honestly, like, this is your greatest power. This isn't a moment of weakness, of giving up. This is not a moment of weakness. This is a moment of returning to your greater power, to remembering you're actually an infinite being, and you actually hold all of the answers and all the possibilities within yourself, and you're connected to that. And you were connected to that this whole time. So it's really just a perspective shift. You know, it's a perspective shift, and that's going to begin this deep cellular healing, you guys. This is such a beautiful reading. I'm going to keep going with actually some final oracle cards here for some final messages. But before I do that, I'm just going to restart my camera, and then we will finish up with this. Okay, let us shuffle for a final oracle card for any final energy we should be aware of. Any final messages for group 4? And if you are enjoying this reading, I would love it if you would consider giving this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and joining our family of celestial beings here. We have a couple cards in here, so I'm going to just shuffle a little bit more because I do want just one card for group 4. Oh, there we go. Okay. Realm Bringer. Wow, what a beautiful card. You are opening up and creating, I'm getting like, oh, it's Bridger. It is. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm getting the sense that you are bridging a gap here. You are, as a light worker, you're bridging this gap. We're seeing again this duality, this dichotomy here of the masculine and the feminine. And you may have been working in the feminine for a while. You may have been working in the masculine. Right now, it's out of balance. You're helping to balance and to bridge the gap between the two, to integrate them into unity, into wholeness. I feel as though, you know, I'm hearing the word freedom very strongly again. And I think I'm being brought back to this word freedom because I feel like you might feel like you're in a cage. And you might feel as though you're stuck in a definition of yourself that is no longer bringing you joy, that you feel like maybe you've gotten stuck in some kind of like path that you thought was really going to work, and you feel like if you turn away from it or if you give up on it because it's not flowing smoothly, you feel like everything's just going to be a waste. But this freedom that you're longing for, it's not that what you were doing was a waste of time. It's that you know, you travel to that path up until a point, and now, you know, there's a divide in the road, or there's new paths, there's alternatives, there's more that you are needing to do. And it could be in the same vein as what you've already been doing. It could be just that you have to shift a little bit or pivot a little bit. Like, I feel like that's a big part of any path, is like we have to expect that something might work at first, or we might think it's going to work at first, but then it runs its course and we realize either it didn't work out to the extent that we wanted it to, or maybe it just wasn't, you know, it didn't bring us any joy even though we thought it was going to. There's nothing wrong with releasing yourself from those bondages, releasing yourself from needing to make something work that's just not gonna work. You know, I think like certain things have run its course, especially if you're stuck in this masculine where you feel like you're just kind of like competing with other people. You're meant to do your own, you know, be your own path, like be your own self, walk your own path and feel free. And I think that the key to your, you know, what you're wanting to manifest in the future is a feeling of freedom, a feeling of being where, you know, what brings you life, what makes you feel alive again. So with Realm Bridger, you're really, you know, you're creating a pillar of strength and creating a bridge between, I mean, when I think of like creating a bridge between realms, I feel like you're trying to do maybe things a certain way that maybe you've seen others succeed in, but you're actually creating a bridge across to your goals in the way, both energetically, internally, and also in reality, where you're creating a new bridge. Like, you're building your bridge from scratch and leading a new path for people by doing things the way that brings you joy and that makes you feel alive, it makes you feel free. So if you're not sure how to do that, I would say, again, surrender, let go of needing to figure this out first. You know, it can start just by just letting go, and even just even though it sounds like you shouldn't, but I feel like just saying like, okay, I give up, you know, like just giving up in the way that you're doing things. I don't mean giving up on your whole vision, but rather just saying like, like I'm just surrendering to this. I'm just giving this up to the universe, giving this up to my spirit guides, asking for some help, asking for some guidance, and then focus on your deep cellular healing. Let's go right back to this card here. I'm just gonna read it one more time. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy. So you might be an Arcturian, or you might resonate with those energies, and starseed energy. Physical and emotional healing, that's the focus right now. And through your healing, you are going to be a realm bridger, which is also bringing me back to starseed energy, bridging the gaps between divine masculine, divine feminine, bridging that gap, integrating those energies into a union, aligning with your balance of those energies as well, and with your bridge, your path. So wow, group 4, you are light workers who are realm bridgers. You're pioneers. You're leading a new way of how to live life, how to work through energies, how to accomplish things from a heart-centered place. All right, so this new heart-centered energy, it doesn't deny the masculine, the divine masculine energy. It integrates the two together. And you're creating a bridge to your goals and your dreams. I do feel like you are doing that. I mean, we also have the sun. So it's almost like close your eyes, feel the sun on your face, feel the warmth of that divine energy, soak in the sun. I feel like that's going to be really great, because that's going to be very healing. Sun, like absorbing some of that vitamin D, soaking that in for your body to begin healing. Don't doubt your abilities, and you're not stuck, okay? You're not completely stuck. And even if you have to kind of turn a little bit or create your own bridge, you know, it's almost like you've hit a river and you have to find a way across, and you feel like you don't know how. You're going to create this bridge through softening to love. Okay, so group 4, I hope these messages were helpful to you. Ask your guides, reach out, open yourself, and invite in the answers here, because I know we're talking about higher level dimensions and energies, but this is meant for you guys. So, you know, you're awakening to this stuff. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please, again, if you don't mind taking a second to just give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Comment down below. Let me know your feelings, your thoughts. How are you dealing with this energy? I would love to chat with you in the comments and offer some confirmation for you, or just share in some conversation about this stuff. I would love that so much. If you want to learn more about me and some of the services that I do offer, you can find those linked down in the description box below. But that's going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now.